Why hello there, welcome to another episode of FTL for the Lose. Last time, the TARDIS went through two separate slug nebulas and came through relatively unscathed. So, I have a feeling that I'm going to do quite well in the next two sectors. I will not guarantee any victory over the flagship quite yet, the final boss. But for getting there, I think we can make it. But you never know what's going to happen. I've had runs in the past where I went all the way to Sector 7, barely scrounging together something, and then Sector 7 drops through a halberd beam. I'm not saying that that's exactly the best weapon for me to have now, but anything can happen. But enough about that. This is technically take 2, so we should really just get straight into the game now. Last time, we gained 4 shields, a lot of engine power, cloak, and most importantly this laser. So after this, the only things left to upgrade are either more weapons if we gain another weapon, a longer cloak to mitigate the fact that these weapons lower the cloak time drastically, and or more engines or a teleporter. The teleporter is mostly for the flagship only. But all of that is depending on what we can find in this sector, and this sector is the rock sector. The rocks have some of the best music in the game, in my opinion. However, their sectors themselves are not the best round. They're fond of using missiles, which is strike 1, and they're not too profitable in return, which is strike 2. But they don't really have a strike 3 because they don't have nebulae, so I guess that's something in their favor. They have a tendency to like suns, but that's nothing. Oh, they have the crystal. They have the crystal quest, and that's annoying, but that's kind of extraneous. But anyhow, let's get going. Let's go here. Something else I would like is more fuel. And we go right into an asteroid fuel. We have 4 shields, so I don't believe that's going to be much of a problem for the time being. All they have is a lot of lasers, which, to be fair, is a pretty serious problem. But I think their ship is going to go down really quickly because we have like 1,000,000 lasers and they have asteroids in them. Now we'll just use the cloak now after the Iron Blast fires to maximize its use. And they're gonna get pounded really quickly. Unfortunately, we must have taken a lot of hits in there because they had a ton of lasers, and they must have hit at least a couple of them, or 2 of them, and a missile. Not missile, an asteroid must have hit us in the same time. I'm gonna have to take a look at that later, but asteroids are never fun when you have that many lasers. So let's see. Would you have more beacons up here or down here? Because down here you're basically restricted to one path. And I hate that idea, so we're gonna go up here. Up here we have another ship with, this time with lots of beam weapons, which aren't interesting to me because they only have a 2-shot laser. And they have a bomb, which, unless it's a ion bomb, doesn't concern me in the slightest either. Now it's time to fire up the drones. It's a small bomb. So they're gonna be going down really fast, and this scarab will be having a slow and painful death. I remember calling these rock fighters something. I doubt it was Scarab, but hey. It's awful late at night. I'm doing late at night as I usually do, and I said I never would do this again. But I really want to play FTL today, and I get way more animated about FTL than I do about other games, so what are you gonna do? Stop me? This is hilariously fun. Hilariously fun? That's not correct. I don't know. Okay. We'll do 2 sensors because that's probably overdue. But other than that, I don't really need any of these upgrades. Okay. They have a missile, but that's hardly a huge concern. We'll just do the same thing as doing. Just bring up the missile, just bring up the laser drones, have the ion train, and just be ready to fire the cloak and or defense drone as needed. Probably should have just fired that whole laser into one of their empty rooms, so I don't have to risk this. Which I will do at this moment. Well, one thing's for certain, we're going to be cleaning up these people real easily. Not sure what I'm going to be spending scrap on though, especially since there doesn't seem to be a store in sight yet. We've got a number of jump zones, so I'm gonna just go. I'll go crop. Kinda wanna go down like this. So maybe I'll go here first. Anything here? Nothing. Yay! How about here? Not here either. Store is there. So yeah, let's see. Let's see how many jets we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have 5 before they overrun. So 1, 2. So, this gap is concerning, is the thing. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5 maybe. I guess it's worth a shot at least. They have an Ion Blast 1. It's definitely cheap, and I'll definitely keep ion damage going much longer. But they also have the crude teleporter, which I'm not going to use for any serious means other than for the flagship, but first things first, let's make sure I get all the fuel. Let's get a little few pairs, just a touch. Just enough to keep us okay. Oh, we're gonna get counted so hard by enemy cloak, but I kinda wanna use this Ion Blast. I think we're doing it, but we'll do it live. Take that power out. And wow, that's a lot of Ion Blasts. Okay, basically we need 75 scrap and then we'll be golden. In fact, we'll just use 2 ions for their initial setup. So I think I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then see where we go from there. And the answer is more asteroid fields. Exactly what everyone wanted to see. Now this time we have about 1,000,000 ions. So like we have the ultimate in anti-shield technology. And the thing about this setup is that it might be fast enough to take off shields really quickly if they don't have too much evade. Because look at that. Because when you have this many ions, why do you ever need... Why would you ever need targeted lasers? Now it's kind of time consuming because he doesn't actually hit anything he wants, but he'll definitely do the job. And quite masterfully at that. Okay. And now here. Now here's gonna be the test of that strategy, because this is the cloak ship. And they're gonna be boarding too, I see that. That's gonna be fun. I don't see rock assaults very often. These are like the rare time where you would actually see them. They land the shields. We'll have them fight it off, but it's... We don't want them to get low though, so we probably want them out of there shortly. I'm so bad at dealing with boarding and killing and keeping your crew alive at the same time. So you can get out, you can invent this side of the ship, like so. Luckily they seem to be hardly incapable of keeping anything alive, so that's fine by me. We kind of have a lot of our defenses impaired for the moment, but that's okay. It doesn't seem like they can hit us anyways. We're just too tanky. Med bay is on, so we should be having plenty of fun with them very shortly. Okay, they got to head on dodge, so we get the ship. Then we'll get everyone to proper working order. There we go. Oh, I don't need this hull laser, but we'll just have it ready to go just in case. Let's show them a new team. Fire the main gun. They're gonna surrender with the shots in mid-flight. No way. See ya. Completely. Now we have enough money to do that, and we're one short of doing this. That's fun. Okay, how many jumps do we have? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's just enough. And almost enough for you to get out of here too, to boot. Stop those Dalek forklifts. I'm gonna do mass ion. Get all those things. Okay, let's release the oxygen from this area. You can fire on the engines all you want. Will we just be constantly running out of oxygen soon enough? And in the meantime, your ship is getting ion down like crazy. We'll have this NG run away so they can suffocate more. Then you have them the drones firing away at your ship. There's no real benefit for me to keeping the ship down. Okay, well, let's just keep them busy. Let's keep them just from destroying all the things. Go off the ship. Let's get them. Aw, they didn't want a quest. I hate that this happens. But, oh well. And then we get another human Mara. Well, I'm not gonna do much good this late in the game, Mara, but hey, welcome to the crew. Let's get out there, Angie. Let's let male friend help us. To heal up. So, based on how we're doing in this sector, considering we're taking all of 2 damage and that from extraneous circumstances with asteroids and a whole lot of lasers, I'd say we're doing pretty well for ourselves. Will this be able to be done? It's looking promising, at least. I'm gonna have a good shot at this. This is much better than my other runs, that's for sure. We'll see, though. You can hardly call this the ideal setup, but this is pretty nice, don't you think? I think we're actually gonna put it. No, I think I'll leave it at that. The nice thing about this set is that it's also pretty low power. Excuse me. Ah. And so it's very effective to use with this amount of rounds. But last power, this is the most power I can possibly get. So I can now power all 3 weapons, and 2 of the 3 drones. I think the only thing I could do now is upgrade the engine once, or I could get small upgrades. I'll do that. Because you never know, having 6 engines is always nice. But it's not fully necessary to have 6 engines either. We have enough time to go here, so we'll go here. So you have yet another one with just 2 weapons. This new one. You can bet they have something else that's up their sleeve. Oh, like boarding. And they board in the weapons. Very empty all rooms. Oops, didn't see that missile coming in so soon. You don't expect such things so quickly? Ooh, the only problem with this ship is that it's basically impossible to have all things running at the same time. That's gonna be a major annoyance, nothing else. It's also very sensitive to tampering like that. That's not the best thing in the world to have. Especially on a cloak ship. But, hey, what are you gonna do? Here it comes, more lasers. And I just have to eat it. Should have had that up the whole time. Dang it! Let's get that carried down. This ship's very bad with this clear cloak though. It's like it's like the worst ship to have that cloak. But at the same time, I'm not willing to power the thing, so I don't have the power reserves to do so. So all the ship has to do is to have most of its systems. I have a lot of systems, but I can't power them all at once, and that's kind of disorienting, to be quite honest. Okay, so spare things I don't want to get hit. Put that there, because having your pilot didn't go out and have all your evasion go down in one shot is not good. Put something there. Put something there. And then that's it. That's all I can do. Just putting cheap upgrades anywhere to each thing's a little bit more durability. You might think that that's minuscule, but 2 points of health is more than 1. Good, I can do maths. Let's get people out there. That was probably a tougher ship, but you know what? We've won pretty well, all things considered. Let's see, I can red 4 power. I can do that. That would be like the minimum I have, the engine power I would have. Otherwise I would usually have this. But I can't run all 3 of these at once. You can only get some of them at any one time. What's here? A slaver this late in the game? I mean, I won't say no. They missed, unfortunately, but that's okay. But honestly, if I get an NG, I'll be happy. If I get a Zoltan, I'll be fine. I won't terribly mind anything else either, to be for that matter, but... Nice shot at red 4. Red 4? Red 5? Nah. Fire it again? And of course, we accept slaves. It's a rock. You go straight there. You're not going to be doing us any good. Let's have Mara there for repairs. Jorlak as weapons and possibly border support. And who knows what else will happen. And finally, we move on to the Federation Corps, the last stand. And I'm so nervous. It's been a long time since I heard this music. Probably not in a good few months, because before this thread I haven't played FTL for no while. It's possibly get sick of this game. It just takes a lot of runs to do it. What is the meaning of this? Who are you? Your intelligence suggests that the rebel flagship controls all the auto scouts and auto drones in the universe. Now, the universe, galaxy, I'll try to say what they are. The whole galaxy. They control drones just like I control my anti-ship drone. And the way you defeat the Daleks is to take out their flagship. And they will repair us most of the way. Whoa. Not all the way though, unfortunately, because they don't have that kind of resources, but most of the way. Okay, we're gonna take a drop here and hope we can make a jump over here. We need some repairs, so we're gonna get some heals now. Excellent. So the thing is, they tell you need to get the flagship as soon as possible, but you can visit a few beacons before it kills you entirely. It's jumping to here now, so you can probably afford to go here. It will probably jump to one of the two locations it can go before we have a problem. How long is this jungle we're fighting for? Okay, let's see. As always, one eye on here, one eye on here, 2 drones, 1 cloak to do it all. Eye on the weapons is never cool. So it doesn't keep our defenses, our rocket defenses down, so that's okay. Just as long as we don't eye on everything. Keep the next ion from going. Take that down. Shoot that thing out of the space. And fire the main gun. Kablooey. Not scratch was made. And you get a ton of scrap for taking down military grade ships in the last sector. You have gone from basically nothing to a ship equipped to fight the best the rebels have had to offer. And he is going here, so we have ability to visit one more beacon before we can encounter him. And we have an automated ship. We're going to attack the automated ship, and they have a ton of beam jumps, so we want to make absolutely sure our shield is going to go down. It is a Scion, so it has no cloak, but it has a ton of weapons ready to shoot at you. And because it's an Oscout, it probably still has a ton of stuff on it. Actually, cloak the first one. Dang it, they managed to shoot it out just in time. Iron Man gun! Louis! Nothing here. Okay. So, we have 124 scrap. What upgrade should we make? We've basically taken all the cheap options at this point. So I think the next thing now is to protect the drone system, because that's our main offense. So putting 2 more into it couldn't hurt. And besides, it's not going to be any after the first upgrade, it's not going to do anything better than it, so we might as well put in another one. Alright. This is it, guys. The first time you've seen the boss on camera, and the first time I've seen any of my runs. And not any of my runs, any of my red runs. Let's do this. Oh boy. Here they are. It's the Dalek Mothership. If you're able to destroy this, the remaining Federation can live. First things first, get Dorlek off the weapons, and the Mara onto the weapons, and prepare to board. Why is that, you see? Well, that's because you probably understand. This is a triple Lido launcher. It fires 3 missiles at you. Sounds terrifying? It's less terrifying than it looks, than it sounds, because it fires only 1 damage missile, but they're still missiles, and they would never want to play with those if you have the ability to do so. I should have been firing the Ion Blast from the start, but I don't think it matters anyway. As long as you can take this thing out, lots of your problems are substantially alleviated. Especially since you can cloak out the first barrage. And that will substantially help too. Well, now, alright, let's not do that actually, because you never know when that will come out. Okay, they may now leave. Now, if you have the capability to do so, you would kill as many of these crew as you could. But this is not the time for that. You can stay there. I can always imagine a form of the flagship that has all of these systems up at one time, and I like to imagine that your cruiser has like some sort of jammer that on the rebel flag. What the information your ship has is a jammer on their power system that targets a bottleneck, say. And what this thing does is that if you vents the flagship from using all its super weapons at once, here it uses the cloak. Next time you will see it use different systems. And then the round after that, different systems. And so on and so forth, you get the point. Okay. Are we ready for this? It's going this way for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure why. But this beacon's gonna be empty because there's some weird glitch with places where the flagship's been. So what we're gonna do is chase that mothership down. And apparently the mothership cheats because it can lose a part of its ship and still fight. And now we fight what is commonly considered the hardest stage of the ship. Okay. Prepare to board. Get on that ship. Now the advantage of this thing is that it can't float, so it'll be better for me. Ah, shoot, I forgot about that. I forgot that they had boarding drones too. So it's likely to break the teleporter first. As long as it doesn't break the entire teleporter, I don't mind. I don't mind them doing that. Take it off, you can fight the drone now. Okay, the shots just fired, so that's excellent actually. I don't want to pull power out of anything though. We'll just do that though for the time being. You see how many drones there are. It's like my strategy, yeah. I know. Okay, you fire. No, I heard a different drone. That's probably something else. Ow! Luckily that wasn't actually a heavy laser, so it's okay. And meanwhile, they are hurting, so it's fine. We're doing alright. We took 1 damage, that's fine. If you take 1 damage, only 1 damage during this stage of the ship, you are doing pretty well, if I do say so myself. Whew, okay, that's 2 stages down. Now we just need to do some general maintenance. Make sure everything's set up. Oh no, you two don't do this. Get out of there. Sure, doctor, you do that. You two can repair this. Actually, no. You don't need to repair that. That's a breach and error lock. I don't care about that. Now this makes it easier for me. So, the next and final stage is the boarding stage. So, what I want to do is get people equipped such that they'll be able to maximize efficiency. Then we are going to vent the rest of the ship. I'll vent this section when we jump. I just want to vent as much as possible and then keep the middle of things out. If things are necessary, I can even unman the weapons room if necessary. But they're going to be boarding en masse, and we have to be ready for it. Okay, we need power there. Anyone else need help? Okay, this is it, guys. The final battle of the game. We have taken 1 damage on the flagship. It's time for the ultimate showdown. Let's do this. Oh yeah, I forgot. They have Zoltan shields. They have overshields too, just because their boss or something. They cheat. That's how much they cheat. Okay, you're gonna board the teleporter? I mean, actually, I might just fight them off here, because they have 1 person left after that. I think, honestly, I can wait. Turn down the defense drum. They only take out 1. And apparently they can do no damage whatsoever. And now we can not board, because you have to fight off, because they haven't broken the overshield somehow. The overshield's tougher than the normal one. Okay, we'll have you board now since there's no one in there. We're going to devent this now. Well, keep that. Hey. Actually, put that defense on. And you have a power surge. Oh no, who could have seen that coming? Oh wait, I did, so... Sorry guys, I couldn't be surprised by that. I played this game too much to not know that was coming. Okay, turn that thing off. Here it comes. Now, I don't care, just burn out. Okay. Okay, you two get in here and cloak out. Fire the main gun. Then we can leave these things on now, and they are now a sitting duck because doing mass boarding action basically cripple them because they no longer have crew to man anything. So now they are sitting duck to my drones and my main gun, and we have victory. Well, that's how you play FTL on normal. That is how you don't move south. That is how you play. This is proof that this game can be beaten. And I'm not going to say that I'm the best player of this game. By far, I am not. I have certain enemies. I got somebody killed. Some people play this game so well on every run to such an extent that I can't believe they do it. But if I can win a quarter of the time, I'm happy. There used to be a time where I can win half the time. So, what did I earn on this thing? I earned 4706. You see, this is not even my very best run. Although it's pretty good. I'm not sure why these two did so well. Oh man, the thing I'm upset though is that they pushed out my time vortex from the top score list. But other than that, I'm just pleased with that outcome. That was a very good ship. I'm not beating any records anywhere. But I can say that I've done pretty well for myself. So, next time, what ship will I play? Like I said before at the beginning, I technically have all of these ships except for this ship. However, I have decided to impose on myself restrictions to first not using these ships unless I have at least reached their home sector, and in most cases doing their ship quest again. In the case of Slug, I didn't do it because it was a pain in the butt. But say I went to the NG homeworlds and did not do the NG quest. I could not access this stealth cruiser. Now, by going through this run, I have unlocked two ships. I unlocked the stealth cruiser, and I have unlocked the Federation cruiser from beating the game. I also have access to the NGB ship, which is this vortex. Now you know why I call it time vortex. And yes, I really do use the master here. I don't know if that was obvious at all, but I use the master as my NG. Don't know if that means anything. The Doctor's human, while the Master's human and NG, but whatever. So basically, I'm gonna have a choice between this ship, a very fun, if very hard, ship. This one, a very similar strategy ship, which I probably won't do because it is a very similar strategy, but considerably tougher ship because it doesn't have offensive drones. Or I can use this ship, the supposedly easy ship that everyone wins with. But let's check our stats here. I've never won on it on normal, despite the fact that somehow it's gonna see the cripple ship. Okay, let's have a look at the scores real quickly. Kestrel, cripple ship. No wins. Okay, let's be fair. I won here. This ship, this is the easy ship. They say it's the easy ship, and so I can kind of confirm that with 2 victories. Hasn't been the easiest ship though. This ship, this ship is also the easy one. This is my very first victory. I know this is hardly an impressive score, it is something. Meanwhile, I'm winning with the stealth cruiser, Mantis B. This ship is very fun, by the way. I'm gonna want to try that someday. I won with this ship on my second run. This is great. I won with this one. This one was like top score for a while. And my top score is a slug cruiser, which is, while very fun, not the most orthodox way to ship. And I also went with this ship. This ship, though, hardly the best. So yeah, I've won on a lot of ships that people say is hard, but on easier ones, I have a hard time because I think maybe I think I'm going or something. I don't know. My goal with this series is to eventually have a victory for all of these ships, Type A and Type B, recorded and on the thread. Right now, we have currently earned this score. So, I guess I have a feeling that I'm going to do the Federation A next, because that's one I haven't won at all yet. And I think I still need a dose of easy to get myself going. I do like the Slug Cruiser, and it is fun to play. But I think I need to get back more in practice, especially with commentary, before I can start using the Slug Cruiser. But that is discussion for another time. Until then, my name is Absabado. I am so happy to have won FTL on camera. And I'll see you guys soon. Hope you have enjoyed this series so far. I will see you later. Bye-bye.